Let me guess, AI is a bad guy, not actually a bad guy who hero destroys main AI ship. We'll guess not. No, it's not at all a fucking common trope. It won the Hugo. The Hugo's kind of an award that's in a weird place right now, but that's not worth getting into. But Hugo's used to be a really big deal. It's still kind of a big deal as far as science fiction's concerned. And it won the Hugo, I mean, for a reason. If it was just another generic story, I wouldn't give it such high praise. But I went on and read the whole trilogy because it's deep. And like I said, I don't share many of the author's opinions on much of anything, but clearly she's still intelligent, well thought out, and a talented writer, so. I'm not one of those people who's gonna fucking limit my input just to voices that agree with my own. He's kind of soft, isn't it? Oh, it's not on at all, that's why. Like one of the, oops, that was almost bad. Like one of the best things she does is actually give that whole society of the rack a lot of credit.
I honestly expected worse.
Like for their bad, and there is bad in their civilization, the AI is also capable of seeing that there's also a lot of good too. I'm sure I have a slow cooker. I've got like nothing going because I stocked everybody up. Because I just figured, oh yeah, we'll just beat this in no time. Let's just be done with it.
It's good to see you alive.
I'm gonna sit this one out. You should ride point.
Oh, I don't want to do the Warlord, but at the same time, all the Plague Hearts are done and I want to make progress, and sitting here battling RNG all day is gonna be frustrating. Yeah, you could tell their agenda changed between the State of Tryhard, no doubt. Freak Show. Yo, Freak Show, thanks for being here. Yeah, but in Halo 1, no Gravemind existed. I mean, it still existed, you just didn't know about it, right? That's what I'd imagine. Flood's goal was just to infect people. I had no other function than to just keep infecting people. I thought it was always around. It was just in prison, and then they let it out. Your Flood went from taking to destroy Halo. I mean, that was the whole idea of the Halo rings. The Halo rings held in the Flood. They were prisons for the Flood. And they knew that if the Flood ever got out, that the Flood was so virulent that you would have to activate the rings as the final failsafe to wipe out all life in the universe. It's fucking Thanos, I know, but whatever. It's better than most video game stories. Yeah, that's right, Freak Show. I agree with that. It was like Borg. Only in some... No, it didn't exist. How did it... What? My favorite alien race ever. Oh yeah, what makes you like the Borg, Vaughn? Now we don't even have a car. I'm just gonna go...
Be there in a bit.
I need to grab a couple kits and a better backpack and go get this truck. I feel unfocused. I still want to do the trader thing here, though. I'm gonna give one more rule to the Daybreak people. And if I don't get hacking or medicine, I think I'm just gonna switch over to Warlord. Halo, all flaw was in captivity. Right, but you would still assume there was still a Gravemind.
Maybe we can trade.
Or was Gravemind infected with the Flood and then became the Intelligence? Gravemind was on a Covenant dropship, right?
Not going far with all this.
Maybe it was like a big flower that got infected, then turned into the Intelligence. Everything from their assimilation tactics to their looks and even to their evolution. It's a good name too, Borg. The only way to get grave mine is for flood to accumulate in mass. They need to get like thousands of flood. No grave mine was on Delta Halo. Oh, okay. God damn, you know your stuff, Raphael. Oh, it doesn't count as pistols because it's a fucking Uzi. Vaughn says, yeah, Gravemind was a massive intellects that gained individuality, right? I mean, do they always build in the Gravemind form? Is that their goal? They know that it's like Slither, where all the people that are infected with the Slither thing keep bonding together to make that one guy into the leader. They keep dragging bodies and giving it to the main guy. God, quit disrupting me, please. That's why I want the fast hit every time. I don't... That one. Like, if I could just pick that animation every time, I would, because it's random, and that one always gets disrupted. I'll be right back. See you soon, Von Hilger. There's a dun zombie. Yeah, he's rare. He's cool, though. Oh, that made a whole nother pack of them form up. Oh, fuck. I love when they're trying to get up like that. Look at that. See, every zombie we kill just brings in more of them because of the noise. The game is struggling right now. It's not really drawing that many zombies. I don't know why it's struggling. Even the regular Zeds will.
They're killing me here. Hello there.
God. Must be a ton in this warehouse. The game is struggling right now. Oh my god, now there's a feral.
We're down to the last one. Fire in the hole!
That did not accomplish hardly anything. The game is done right now.
Well, that's the last of them.
It just wants to get as big as possible until quickly as possible. Well, what caused it to form to begin with? Is there like, God, when did they learn how to climb? Sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. It's weird. But when they do, it's nightmare fuel. It's not, again, it's not quite as intense as, say, Dying Light when you're getting chased by those... whatever the fuck comes out at night. I mean, that's intense. Until you get to the point where you can just turn them into nothing. The one thing State of Decay has on those volatile things is that you always have to headshot the feral, and eventually get to the point where you just turn the volatiles or nothing. You've leveled up and you've geared up so much. Yo, Sophia Baker! Welcome to the stream. Thanks a lot for being here, Sophia.
If you'd like to hear it.
God dang it. Can't clear this because it's taking... Every time we kill one, we make a little bit more noise. But it's good XP for this guy. There, that was about the best throw we've gotten this whole time. We might be able to get 2 for that.
We've thinned out the infestations enough for a breather. Good job.
Gotta come packing. There's just so many. If you don't start popping headshots, just clear them out there. You're in trouble. But the goals are to like Halo 2, the Gravemind didn't kill the Master Chief or the Arbiter because it had to use them for their individual skill. Think of it when a child is born, they know what to eat and drink. It's something kind of like that for the Flood. They know to get together
I can barely lift this.
and form an intelligence. We need to do some missions to hopefully recruit some people. Keep doing Daybreak people.
Wandering in. No big deal, just letting you know.
This is bonus. 10 plus max stamina on top of the plus 20 max stamina. That's actually really good. Your kick is nice. Sharpshooting. It's usually the worst. Significant. I'm just gonna go sharpshooting. This random guy we recruited is going to become the de facto leader to try to get us out of this playthrough. Gonna have to bum rush the warlord and hope we can do it on the new group to get a traitor. Said I've had 3 traitors die here. Still don't want to give up. I still want to get the traitor done on this one. Because the Flood spores infect a person, they have all the knowledge and memories of that person. Also, the person they infect is alive too, but they have goals in order to infect and collect up to each other. Okay, so the person kind of does their own thing, but generally there's this underlying order to pull together. Makes sense.
Anybody want to make a deal? We have
How'd you learn so much about the Halo lore, Raphael?
Hello. Would you like to come in?
Please join us. Oh, agree to join the scavengers? That's gonna be kind of
Can't
tough.
get away with this. I say we take him down.
If it means you're willing to join us.
That's good to hear. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, I guess we're gonna melee this out. Let's go.
We have a creeper
This guy's
coming
gonna
in.
fucking die. Wow, we just got super lucky. We got super lucky. Oh, this counts as pistol kills because she's a follower. It's cool. Let's get back to the base and use a med kit. We no longer have a doctor, so we really should be using these sparingly, but of course we're not. We did have all the modded vehicles on this playthrough as well. We had the super van, we had the Jeep, the long runner. And that's down to absolutely 1 truck that I think we just randomly found. We had the Jeep with the 2 fuel tanks on top.
Still making progress on that project we talked about?
You can look it up in the comics. You can also get a lot of knowledge from playing the game. I've played all the games. I even read the books. At one time when I was really into Halo, I read all the books. But the end of my Halo was Halo Reach. I have not played them since. Very, very little. I just kind of feel like it should have been like those old Nintendo games, Mother.
I know this looks bad, but we have to fight him
I
off.
just wish that it didn't always have to be, like, we can't get off this franchise. It just makes us way too much money. Oh, I guess the Halo games have been decent. They've been supported well, and that's cool. But I still would have preferred to keep it in the original.
We need more space for all this shit or we're throwing it out.
Same time, I'm not so naive to think that that's how that works.
Got fucking corpses hitting our base right now.
God, another fucking siege. It's just been endless lately.
Keep it up. Let's win this one.
We're gonna bleed this community dry just like the last couple.
That better be the end of them, or I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed. Honestly, Halo it reached for me as well, but I went up and looked up a whole lot of info from Halo. My retention was not all high on that. That makes sense. I know, like, Tyrell loves it too. I mean, it's like Halo, or, I mean, Fallout. I know a lot of people that, buy a lot, I mean, like 3. That don't play Fallout, but they love the lore and, like, watch videos on the lore all the time, and just like the story of it. Like the world. I think Marathon is also the highest stamina increase, I believe.
How fantastic.
That's what this guy needs with his get up. Do we have a training thing? We might also do a training thing too. Make even more stamina. We've got the building materials.
Thinking we could use a leader.
It makes no sense that the shooting range is stamina and the whatever fighting thing is health. It should totally be reversed. Let's take a pistol with us too. 22 rounds are plenty. 22 rounds. Alright, you want us to kill somebody. Right? Yeah. Screamers with fire. Alright, pyro launcher. Dies from his wounds. Halo 4 has a good story. Does it? The way Tyrell talked, it gets kind of hokey. Especially Halo 5. Halo 5 has a lot of problems, so what are some of those problems? Name a couple big ones, Raphael. The 2 biggest. Video games and their lore. It's a specialty of video games. Lots of world building that players feel connected to. More than novels and books for some reason. It's the one thing video games seem to have with storytelling that's in their strength. People always seem to want to know more about the world that they're interacting with. Well, the one thing this group has is they're still rich on material. Because of 48 days of looting. 50 days now. And 6 people means we should be able to still recruit a couple more freely, I believe. Without the game soft locking us. Wow, one fucking hard hit. That's all she wrote, boys. 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep calling in Daybreak people too. Halo 5 multiplayer was fun during its peak. What'd you think of the story, Adam? How's life, man? I'm guessing you're back to work with the bars and stuff opening. What game are you playing lately? Paladins? They advertised it like either the Master Chief or Locke was going to die.
Is that it?
The choice was going to happen and had a bunch of whole new mechanics that don't make it feel at all like Halo, like the Star Wars Republic Commando mechanics. So that's what it felt like to play it. I got through like 3 stories of it on Legendary. 3 missions of it on Legendary, and I was kind of done. Everything felt floaty. I did not take the pyro launcher. Things felt floaty.
I need to finish that one.
Headshots didn't feel like they had enough oomph. That core Halo thing of like break shield, shoot in the head wasn't present. It was suddenly tanky enemies were there. Oh, I had a tough time getting into it. I think a lot of us, I know I am. I'm still looking forward. Ooh, look at the bone sticking out. Let's go with the tibia. Still looking forward to Halo Infinite though. Like to. Oh, headshots do still fuck them up. But it takes 3 now. Oh, that guy only took 1. Oh, we actually managed to knock him out with a gun. That's...
Just go, okay? I think we're done here. Shall we go?
Too close. The game does not want you to do headshots up close, and I get it. It's 1, it's OP, and 2, zombie simulation. You would totally not be able to get a headshot up close like
I
that.
appreciate it. See you
Thank
around.
you. Oh, you're not going to join us? More gasoline that we don't need? How it is right now, I didn't love Halo 5 campaign. Like, the Chief's 3 missions, the rest were Locke. So you were Team Master Chief. Seems like almost everybody was Team Master Chief. I know Tyrell didn't like Locke. They advertise it like message. I don't know if they do that explain, but why the Forerunner enemies still exist. They don't tell us that the Diadact is still alive. And what is the Diadact? I've heard this word before. What's the big deal with the Diadact? Dude, there's also some really cool silencers and chokes that are just strictly Cleo, but I don't want to spend the prestige. But he wants to join us. Let's go talk to Willie, though. I'm sure we'll be able to recruit somebody. Somebody's got to be a traitor. Somebody's got to be the person we're going to level up and make a leader and then have them go die on the last mission.
Not much time before they get here.
Or building material, you know it. Locke doesn't make any sense. Like, you shouldn't even be able to beat the Master Chief. Is he a Spartan 3 or is he a badass? People just want Master Chief back. So what's the latest on Cortana too? Isn't like Master Chief actually a criminal at this point because she's gone radiant, rampant, whatever their word is for it, and she's starting to make stupid decisions and going totally nuts? That's a cool AI concept though. Give him points for that one. He's a Spartan. Yeah, but a Spartan what, 3? Ones that are expendable? Or the Spartan 2s like Master Chief that are...
We have lots of good thing here. Let's work on making it even
like,
better.
were super expensive and took a really long time to train and organize and create. He's a 3? Okay, well then I guess he shouldn't be able to beat Master Chief. It's like, that's the big distinction. You know, there's that all the early Spartans that are basically dead now, except for a couple, are all, 2s, including Master Chief. But they took a really long time to make. They were dying in way too big of numbers, and it took like 18 plus years to make them, and they were super expensive, so they did the whole Spartan 3 thing where they just like fucking give them all the steroids and cybernetic upgrades and basically started turning Marines into Spartans. I don't think anyone is supposed to be as powerful as Master Chief, at least not anymore. Yeah, Master Chief has luck. I think there's still a couple Spartan 2s out there. Like, there was, like, John's brother or something. There's that second Spartan that's on the Pillar of Autumn that gets talked about, that got launched into space and is still, like, out there somewhere. And there's one other one who was, like, a sniper doing their own thing. But, yeah, they're, like, a super rare breed. The rest of them are dead. They all died at, they all died on Reach. Traveled to where? If I remember right. It's been a long time since I read those books. It was high school. Leah, yeah, I think her name is Leah and the sniper. Yeah, I forgot about them. I think all of the blue team is Spartan 2. He's a Spartan 4. Oh, what are Spartan 4? See, that's after my time with the Halo series. I say I did up through Reach, and I was dedicated at that time. I loved Halo. Reach was the shit for me for a couple years. I played it with my buddy compulsively, like, you know, a lot of people did, but I was one of those people. That was my multiplayer game. I probably have 25,000 plus kills on that game. And at that time, I was super into the Halo lore, so I read all the books. We've lost... Oh my god, their body actually showed up. Their body was full of shit. I read, like, Ghost of Onyx. I read the 3 original books, which, besides 1, were not good. Like, the second book, The Flood, is terrible. Master Chief went into a hallway. He got a scattering of fire all around his shoulders. He quickly looked down the sight of his assault rifle, saw he had 15 rounds left in the magazine, popped off a quick couple shots, hit the grunt on the left in the head, fired off a frag grenade, reloaded. Running low on ammo, he looted the grunt. Like, it literally is a play-by-play of what you did in those levels in the video game. And in the video game, those were the weakest levels in the first Halo. Like, the one where you guide Guilty Spark, but then he could just teleport you at the end, so why the hell were you running down all these hallways to begin with? that in novel form. So I think you can just about imagine what it's like. But the second one that starts to, like, you know, it was a big deal to read it because it hints towards what's going to happen in Halo 2. I remember it being decent because it digs more into, like, the Covenant and their society and why they're doing what they're doing. Oh, fail. Where's this guy's body? Yeah, it was so horribly written. I don't blame the guy who wrote it, though, honestly, Vaughn. I just think that it was a tall task. Like, okay, I want you to turn these levels, you know, these levels in the game that take like 3 hours and you just go down hallways and fight? Okay, turn that into a book. I think he did the best for what he had. Rest in peace, Sergeant Johnson. Is he officially dead now? Love that Machinima show. I forgot about them. The books were actually good. Yeah, Ghost of Onyx was really good. The ones that were like the Star Wars books and were written as like side stories as their own thing, but within the Halo universe were the best ones. Like Ghost of Onyx, it talks about all those little sentry bots. It's got a really interesting story about how they're building their own planet. I think this was Lieben. Oh, rest in peace, Lieben. Lieben was so close to beating it. See? These guys were stocked.
Where should I put this?
These guys were stocked. So I figured they would finish.
Don't worry. I'll take good care of your stuff.
The traitor playthrough for us.
Not going far with all this.
See how that worked out for us?
Where should I put this?
It didn't. He's been dead since Halo 3. Oh, see, I'm pretty off on my Halo lore now. Any author would have been as horribly written. No passion. No passion. I mean, to be fair, say put yourself in that writer's shoes, Vaughn. How do you think you would have handled it? I think it was a tough, tall order, my opinion. They should have just not turned it into a novel, but you know, money. Halo was fucking Star Wars for Microsoft, still kind of is. Oh, I do. I would have said no to writing it. But Guilty Spark is an asshole. That's the latest Spartan program. So what's the deal with the Spartan 4s? What makes them special? His backpack needs to stay there. He's got a lot of good stuff on him. Probably should have kept the 22 rounds since I'm trying to do this bounty. But, you know. Actually going to go back and loot a little bit more. Would have made a great Samuel L. Jackson, yeah. But I think Sergeant Johnson is great in his own right. He is one of the most beloved characters, after all. Oh, rip. Come on.
I should reload.
We're hitting like all kinds of shots, and then sometimes it seems like I'm dead on with these headshots, and other times it's still so jerky. .22 rifles are fun to use, though. .22 pistol in this case, but still fun. Really are like little varmint guns, but for zombies. Bombs on zombs. Those parts are always good. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes and keep stocking on parts, but still thinking this is hopefully going to be temporary. There are other options I would be okay with, but he would be my top pick. Who's your top pick? Master Chief? Or John? Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, like if they ever made a movie. Yeah, I saw that posted on Twitter. Looks interesting, right? Looks like maybe the return of Naya, though. Nisha? Should be pretty cool. The Chief's crowbar is actually pretty good too, though. Just not as good as what I got, so... Well, it's good in its own right. It's got that lethality. I'm actually going to take the rounds because that's the bounty, and his backpack's still here. That stuff will still be here when we come back. Let's go finish this mission. Hopefully recruit somebody. They weren't stolen when they were children. They consist of high-ranking members of UNSC who are actually good at combat, and also a lot more Spartans with new suits and stuff, just over an overall upgrade. So, like, similar to the Spartan 3s, though, you can take an adult and turn them into a Spartan, rather than having to, from the time they're born, turn them into one. Which is also from another story, by the way. It was made into a made-for-TV movie at one point about making soldiers from birth like that. Shit. I hate missing shots, and I'm missing shots. I'm like so obviously off, but I'm still pulling the trigger. This game isn't one-to-one on its aiming. It has a skill system for aiming to try to keep it like realistic. You know, it's survival situation, yada yada, zombie simulator. So, it looks bad, but some of it is the game.
Down to the last magazine here.
They made a show for him to give him back the story. He was good at killing stuff and surviving. They made a show for him to give him back story. Locke, they did. Raphael, Spartan 4s are weak compared to other Spartans, but slightly cheaper and easier. Oh, okay. So it's just it's another economical version of the Spartan. It's a worse Spartan 3 then. Screamers with fire, so yes, I'm gonna do this.
Floater, watch your shots. Shut that thing up.
Oh my god. Look at them grouping up.
Coming real low there.
Yeah, but it was also legal. Oh, and that as well. They were also overall better because Spartan 3s died fairly more compared to 4. Well, I would say they just fucking would fling 3s right into the middle of suicide missions. Hey, here's this Covenant outpost. It's like pure machine guns. Now, like Gallipoli, I want you to just bum rush it. They won't stop coming. Just gonna kill these final armored Zeds so I can get in the truck without any. What the fuck was that? Just pulled off something a player would do.
We left our supplies just lying around, and now they're all fucked up.
Alright, this is... gone on long enough. I'm moving on. Later. Halo Nightfall as a show. Was it good? That's Locke's backstory. I still wish they would have made a Halo 3 story when it was at its peak. There was no game bigger than Halo, and they would have had that Blukin camp from District 9 direct it. Plague zombies. I don't remember. Okay. Fair enough. When there's there's definitely shock troopers where 4s are like super soldiers. I mean, I would say their casualty rate's going to be lower, though, if you're not throwing them into suicide missions. We've beat the Covenant at this point. What is the UNSC fighting? People that don't want to join the UNSC? Like, to begin with? Or are they mostly fighting the Forerunner things, those robots? Do these robots make any sense, by the way? Are they a good enemy, or they just feel like we gotta make something up?
I can't keep this up.
Just let them burn.
If anyone's listening, maybe you could give me a hand?
I swear they're like rats in the damn walls.
Rats in the wall. Ooh, encouragement. Nice. The Covenant and Forerunner. The Covenant still exists somewhat. And they're still against, like, they still want to activate the Halo rings? It's more the people who don't want to join the USC and the Arbiter. Oh, okay. It would have been kind of cool if they would have just went back to their home worlds and they would have dealt with them in that way. Like, oh, it's the elite home world and they're all going to try to fight the humans. They don't want to activate the Halo rings. Oh, then why the hell are we killing them? Do we have to force them into the USNC? The Forerunners. So the Forerunners are those robot fucking things? There's one guy here. That's all that's left of this group, and they're made the move out here. Alright. Survivor activity. Let's do that, because we want to keep recruiting. Oh, they are allied with the elite homeworld? Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, they just want to kill all the humans. Okay, so that's the elite. Where are the brutes and all this? Do the brutes still exist? Is there any reason the grunts have stayed loyal with the elites and the hunters?
Hey guys, we could use some assistance over here.
It's worth. We're gonna get all these bounties done. We'll have all the anniversary stuff. And everyone hates the brutes, so are they still involved in the Halo world? Brutes suck. The brutes are horrible. Would not stay with the brutes. So are the brutes at all involved then at this point, or no? Here's that vehicle.
That's pretty heavy.
How much gas do I got in here? Any? Oh, maybe? Oh, it's destroyed. Oh, well, there's your problem.
In my family, the outbreak. That gave me the rage to fight. And when I heard Libby's voice for the first time, that gave me the will to live. But the stories about survivors out there making a real difference, that's what gives me hope.
Let's get these rucks then. Yo, mystical sea lion, you bastard! I live in scrap mechanic now. Enjoy, enjoy. What all do you have built up now, Matt? Brutes are basically just a bunch of almost intelligent monkeys, so on their own they are nothing. I know they like to fight war with one another, and they did have a lot of technology at one point, but they basically fought with each other so much they blasted each other back to the Stone Age and stuff. Like, I know some of their lore. I just want to. Are they still involved in Halo by Halo 5? Do you still? It just feels like they would probably put them in there as another enemy type to kill, you know? They're primitive compared to humans and Covenant, so they aren't much of a threat. So they are still around. You do still kill them. I just got a drill car and a garden started, but that's about it. That's still progress, hell. Think about it, 2 days ago, your car was flipping, and now you're drilling and gardening. Not the Covenant, the brutes are just primitive. They don't even have cruisers anymore, so you do still kill them then. Are they a challenge? You don't kill them, they can't fight. They don't have guns? I have another car that can carry back like 45 scrap arms, but it sucks gas. You should build a piston car, Matt. Solve those early gas woes. It'll help you build some, a little bit of a bank of resources. Where's Shane? Shane! Sean! Sean! Why is Sean running? Why are you running away? Durance is not the one with the, I forget which one has the striking specialization. I think that's it, striking. It's the blunt. Let's go ahead and use words of encouragement. We'll keep this guy going.
Anybody awake back home?
Keep doing missions.
One foot in front of the other.
I'm actually gonna go on break after this one, though. We got a late start, but I still breaking around the same time. I watched the tutorial one now. I want to steal his car, though, so I'm gonna build his to understand and change it to be mine like you did. Good idea. Good idea. Well, they aren't there. You see, they all died except for maybe on their homeworld. So now they're in the homeworld, well, and not where the game is set, basically. Oh. Oh, okay. So they aren't something else to shoot. Yeah, since they don't have any tech to leave and go 5,000 light years and away in a minute, it's not much they can do. Gotcha. So the brutes are no longer a thing. And do they get into why the grunts and the hunters stay loyal to the elites?
I need a rest. Piece of shit. If we don't deal with these infestations, they're gonna deal with us.
Alright, well that's broke. Later, haters. The hunters are basically pets. Oh, they seem like they were, you know, a pretty fucking cool thing where they have like they're a bunch of worms that all group together to form the hunters, and then they become bred for life, and they're super loyal to their mates and stuff. They got some cool lore. Oh, the Grunts' homeworld was destroyed? Damn, by what? They were slaves? The Grunts or the Brutes? Why do you keep running away, man? Another feral? Holy shit. I just wasted so many shots. Whoops. The feral is chasing after that man.
Hold that thought.
I should fucking kill that thing, huh? Yeah, but they aren't intelligent. Oh, the Covenant destroyed the Grunt homeworld to make them slaves? That's kind of cool. Makes sense. Shane, I need you to quit running away. Where's he going?
Bad news. We left things lying around and some of our supplies were ruined.
Might die here. It's what happens when you play with fire, kids.
Who's the hunter now, huh?
That Shane is doing a bug that's existed since day one in State of Decay, which is NPC will randomly start running between 2 points for no particular reason. You can never like get on top of them. Brutes weren't slaves; they were meant to replace the elite. Okay, well I'm just trying to follow what you're telling me in chat. I know that they were meant to. I know they became the guard. I played through the Halos,
Right on.
but they failed. I wasn't thinking about the Brutes. They didn't fail. It wasn't just such a good ending for the Brutes. Well, I mean, technically they did in the end. Right. So brutes are still around. Grunts are loyal to the elites. Their homeworld is gone.
Yes?
The hunters are just like pets. And you mentioned the jackals. What's going on with the jackals now? I felt like that should have nailed her. Big swing and a miss, though. Oh, so the jackals are the slaves. Oh, okay. Jackals are the slaves. How the hell did the jackals become slaves to the elite? Ooh. Just not as tragically. Okay, so the Covenant destroyed the Grunt homeworld to basically force them into servitude. And then the jackals also got forced into servitude, but how? You guys know your Halo lore. Oh, so basically, they're slaves because they feel threatened, like their world could be destroyed.
That won't work.
Makes sense. Planet or planet go bye-bye. Gotcha. Darth Vader.
Awesome.
I have a feeling Shane's probably pretty decent. He's been not only surviving, but he's been one-hitting these zombies with that hatchet. Isaac! That was cool. He underhooked it and the head popped. The door, the super weapon of State of Decay 2. Fences, gates, anything they have to climb. Something. I know one thing about Halo. Right trigger, shoot. Nice, something. That goes in the quotes. Sorry, YouTube, we gotta pause briefly. Twitch.tv/stuck on Pandora. Something made it funny. My bad, there were song requests in here. It was just glitching up. My fault, everybody. My bad, Wilso. Jackals were cavemen. Oh, they tried hard to get rid of the jackals. Why? They're snipers. It's weird they wanted to get rid of them. Grunts could actually have been a major threat to the Covenant as well. What, because there were so many of them? Ooh, look how big her mouth got.
Here. Done.
I love the crawlers making their way in. Ah, damn it.
Hold that thought. Much obliged.
Want to join us?
Please, accept this gift. You've earned it.
How about you join us, man? That's what I would prefer. God dang it. We just can't.
I'm gonna make it out of here.
Oh, God. This is not good. I don't know.
I don't want to go out like
The gas. We're fucking... We're trapped in gas, so there was, like, no getting out. And on that note, I'm gonna go on break. I'm gonna go eat dinner.